Aussie. Aussie. Angry, Aussie.
Hurry. Surprise. Live stream I wasn't planning to do, and now I'm doing it. And I might actually start by, while waiting for the regular folk to shuffle in, oh God, I just realised a bunch of stuff I didn't get ready. Oh, oh, goodness me. Just repeat stuff. Still no someone saying hello, it's okay. I just realised I don't want this yet anyway. But that's okay, I will still set it up. Come on, God damn it. Okay. Fuck you. Honestly. Technology. Something. I guess it is technology. It's more hardware that was giving me the problem there. But that's. Oh, for fuck's sake. Jesus Christ, what a cunt of a start to the night. Okay. Jesus. Glass I want is in the dishwasher. Okay. Dishwasher glass. Okay. Let's see what else we can do. Waiting for people to shoot. Ooh, didn't realise I'd refilled this. I thought I was down to one cube. Shit. Swear to God, I'm going to break something tonight. Okay. Torch. Where is my torch? I don't remember. All right. So we will get the cocktail. Look at this one, I think. Arbitrary choice time. Okay. Pour that in there. Right. And some wood chips. I've left my little package of wood chips. This is not my AIDSy package. I don't actually have that yet. A little bit of wood chip in there. That's all we want, just a little bit. God, my fucking hair's all over the place. What the fuck? Jesus. Looking like a fucking homeless dude. Okay. And peel a swath of this for a garnish. And Just in case anyone starts watching. Okay, get my little UFO smoker. I don't want that. I want this. Frame this up, camera. Cinematic slow-mo. Yep, that should work. Let's try this. Let's try that again. In fact, let's do this. Come on, don't fuck me. Right. I'm actually happy with that. So now I have a smoky cocktail. Oh, sure, very smoky. Very smoky. What do we got? Pardon me, boys. Is that the Chattanooga Choo-Choo? Oh, good lord. No one here to see me be quite so disgusting. Oh, yum. Actually, might even avouch that back. Oh. There we go. Just waiting for anyone to arrive. But just if you're watching this back later, apologize for not being more interesting. I'm just checking the video I shot worked. Oh, being difficult. Well, the iPhone, when it does slow-mo, it's really slow. Kind of fascinating. Gosh, come on. Trying again. There we go. Burn. With a bright blue flame. Oh, I think there's some people there now. Hello. I'm just checking a little bit of slow-mo video I shot before starting. It looks hella cool. That will be interesting to edit this because, man, when this iPhone does slow-mo, it does slow-mo. Hello, Ghost Floof. How you doing? I'm just checking out a slow-mo video I made. It's very slow, and it's very sexy because it's flame and smoke, which, you know, looks cool. I'm going to put it up as a YouTube short. Just want to see what the smoke looks like when I do this. Something. Slow-mo chat function. Not so much. I don't often have cause to use it. Literally just before going live, I just did this little thing. And it looks hella cool. Oh, it's not going to show up. There. I know, that kind of shows up. Smoky. Slow-mo smoky. So... got to edit that. Yep. Hazy in a cool way. The flame bit also looks cool. See if I can get it to... All right. Doing it? All right, so see if you can see the flame. No, that's out of focus. The flame looks cool in slow motion too. All right, I should put this on... Actually, I should probably put it in my G drive. That's probably the easiest way to do it. Let me see. I'm just going to... there's still some stuff in here. Anyway, add a thing, upload from photos and videos. That one. Thank you. Upload. All right, that'll take a while. Upload. I'll ignore that. Visual stuff. Oh, I don't often do that, but I don't know. The thought occurred to me, and it's mainly because my little smoker had just been sitting in front of me for so long, and I hadn't used it much. And I thought that would look good in a slow-mo video. And I also think my internet's crapping out a bit. I don't know. Apologies if it gets pixely or laggy. It usually doesn't last all that long. So, oh, okay. That's all good. Leave that to its own devices. And cruise on. Actually, I still have a Pepsi to drink. I just decided to make that little video after I went live because there was no one here. So you're saying is someone's pleased by the looks of bottles. Oh, yeah. It's a collection. Yeah. It's a collection. That's the old joke, like the time that there was the raid from Jenkins 420. So many people came in. And of course, they were fascinated by all these freaking bottles behind me. And there's a lot of bottles. You an alcoholic? And I went, no, alcoholics don't have collections. Alcoholics don't have lots of bottles with lots of booze in them. They have empty bottles. Alcoholics buy a bottle and they friggin' drink it. They don't keep it lying around like I do. So, although you wouldn't have to go far to find a doctor who'd say, he drink too much. And I go, you're too boring. Yes, the collection that an alcoholic has is empties. So that's the big difference. Freely admit that my collection is a bit daunting for some people, but it's, it is what it is. Let me see. What was I going to do in my Discord? What's happening on Discord? What are we doing here? All right.
Yes. Hey, Greg, and Musical Aviator, I agree. Was too damn hot today. Still, honestly, pretty goddamn hot. It is meant to drop overnight. Tomorrow's maximum is only meant to be low 20s, I think. And then it's going to get hotter again. Hot week ahead, basically, starting today. How's this thing going? It's almost done. Uploading to my G drive. Southern Life, yeah. Well, I don't know. It's like, particularly here in Victoria, we dodged the worst, all the worst of the storms, the flooding, and the early heat. And it's just like, it took till the second half of December for us to get any particularly hot weather. And we got a little bit of the tail end of that flooding as well. But it's been, Jesus, it's been fucking rough for so many people for so long. Yeah, and it feels a bit mean to go, oh, I'm so happy that didn't happen to me, because it's almost like you're rubbing the noses of people in it where it did happen to them. Oh no, where were the cookers today? I'm mind blown that those idiots are still about. Dr. Abigail. Was it AIDSy mode though? So no, actually, splash gently, not AIDSy mode. Honestly though, I can see where you like it, as floating the idea here at home, man. Maybe we should get a bidet, because it's quite the experience if you've never done it. Oh yeah, Jesus, Ghostflip, you missed a live stream a while back. I connected my phone to the stream. I was at Dr. Abigail's place, and I went in and sat down and put it on AIDSy mode, what they actually call enema mode, and sat there live, experiencing that for the first time. That was a whole thing. So it was very new to me. I think it may well have been that time at Dr. Abigail's first time I ever used a bidet. I've never had one in a house where I lived. Oh no, it's okay. So it's a bidet. It's home one attached to a toilet seat, but there was a mode in it. There's gentle and there's normal, and then there's a mode they call enema mode, which we christened AIDSy mode, because he would have enjoyed it. So I sat there, and some quite forceful, it wasn't actually an enema, I didn't feel any water going up inside me, but a quite forceful spray of water right at my butthole. So, and I did it live. Moment in history. So yeah. I mean, as I said, I can see why people like them. I think people found it humorous, the fact that I was willing to subject myself to AIDSy mode bidet live on a stream. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. What's N and L? I'm thinking. Oh yeah, I'm gonna probably make at least one cocktail video during the stream. Oh, I like that. You don't feel the water going in, you do feel the water coming out. Yes, there you go. But certainly felt clean afterwards. I will say that for it. I know in the Philippines they like to have like a little bucket with a ladle by the loo, and they do a gentle wash. Like they just wash their butt after going to the loo. no fancy schmancy B-days. At least they're not common. But yeah, it is quite common for people to actually wash their butt with water. Well, I was not. All I say is I wasn't traumatized by it. The B-days enema mode did not traumatize me. So I don't think I've ever had like a hospital enema or home enema. I guess some people do it at home. Certainly heard some interesting stories over the years of what people were into. Not my thing. But hey, Rays, what's up? Ah, yes, Jude walked right at you just in time for B-Day talk. And what we christened a AIDSy mode. Not for the faint of heart or frail of butt, I guess. So that's setting the tone for the stream. Straight into the B-Day talk. Oh, yeah, no, I burnt some stuff.
Oh, okay, that'll do it. Sorry.
No, there's a lot of smoke. It was like...
I didn't mean that in like a guilt way. It just
Yeah.
like something smell.
Yeah, no, I was using my cocktail smoker, which involves setting stuff on fire.
Oh, let it do it.
Yeah,
You were stuck with that thing.
there you go. You want some ice cream? Or
Yeah, I just.
gotta microwave the dessert. Did you? Oh, some Mars bars in there. I didn't know that. Also, you may have noticed I got a bunch of packaged meals in the fridge. If you ever feel like trying one, go for it. They're actually quite good. I've had 2 of them, so I can't really vouch for all of them. Yeah, but yeah. So I'm probably going to be cooking a lot less because I'm going to be doing those. So. All right. Rose, who's committed to staying inside? I mean, I'm staying inside. I did go out and get dinner. Got Indian food for dinner tonight. So, guys, we're saying for minor surgical procedures, oh yeah, do it at home. I mean, I wasn't even talking about surgical procedures. I had oofed when they did my colonoscopy. They gave me the medicine to clean out the system as it was, and that was terrible. Like, I was worried that the process, because I was getting at both ends, a gastroscopy and a colonoscopy, and I thought, I was worried because they're sticking something in both ends. Obviously not going to feel it during surgery, but I was worried I'd have like a sore throat or a sore butt when I woke up. Nothing of the sort. No after effects at all. I was very impressed. Very professional. Oh God, this one too far back. Come here. So, yeah, but they didn't make me do an enema. It was just like the medication they gave me. It was like a forced evacuation, as it were. So Richard found out how to make charcoal in the microwave. Oh, gosh. Oh, yeah, get the thing wrong. Something you meant to do for 1 minute 10, do it for 11 minutes. House smelled like a wet ashtray for a month. Yeah, I have burnt stuff. I've burnt stuff in the microwave. It's not good. Oh, yeah, no, Ray's. It was very, very, very small. But still, it was just psychological. Because, I mean, and because, your intestines go on for a long way. So that the cleverness of their machinery or whatever, that, it's on a real long thing and really goes in there. And also because they did like a surgical thing. Because as they were going through my intestines, they did see some polyps, which aren't dangerous in and of themselves, but they're the things that can be cancerous later. So they removed them. So I don't know, like there's little choppers or grabbers on the end of the bloody camera they stick up your butt. I'm fascinated. I don't know exactly how they did it, but the whole thing fascinates me. Jude, cloud of acrid orange smoke. arguing with Bob that he'd put the correct time in. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Raise your word, your insides are a mess. Well, dude, they could not be worse than mine. Good scientific fact. If you laid someone's intestines out in a straight line, they'll die. Yeah? Fairly likely. Oh, I don't know that it would be painful, but it would have to be uncomfortable. And I mean, they did minor surgical procedures. Surely, if I was conscious, that would have hurt, cutting bits off the ends. God, but how weird would that feel if you were conscious of it and you can kind of feel this thing moving around inside you, and then they cut bits off? What would that feel like? That would be fucking weird. That would be well weird. The other interesting part of the procedure to me is they didn't give me full general anesthetic. The anaesthetist explained it to me as a thing they call twilight anesthesia, which I'd never heard of. But he says, like, you'll be out. You won't know anything. Like, like your eyes might even be open, but you won't know anything. But you come out of it like straight away, because like after general, you can be woozy for ages, and like they won't feed you for 8 hours or something. This one, I woke up. It was only, I don't know, hour and a half after I went in, which seemed way fast to me. I was really surprised at how early it was when I woke up. And then straight away, they gave me a sandwich and something to drink. And I was like, well, this is cool. So yeah. This is raised. Did I see America's going to cut retirement funds? Oh, I see that the Republicans are going kind of feral. Be interesting to see what happens. Oh, gosh. Are you talking about with colonoscopies or probes when they're awake? Yeah, I would not want to have done it. Oh, there you go. The drug that Michael Jackson died of, propofol, make you sleep and wake up. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I actually think he probably told me. I just don't remember. So Ghost Floof, you're talking about wake colonoscopies. Yeah, that doesn't sound great. That does not sound great. Super glad. I don't think they could really do a gastroscopy when you were conscious, because your gag reflex would just kick in and you'd fight them and shit. So they knock you out. So it's way less hassle for them, which I can completely understand. You guys, so you heard that thing about lowering unemployment funds. Yeah, I feel like the Republicans are almost deliberately trying to cause societal chaos because they think it'll be to their advantage. So, Ghost Floof, do you work in the medical field? You just sound very well versed in all this stuff. Like you've experienced a lot of it. Oh gosh, that sounds awful. Waking up at the end of a gastroscopy, gag the scope out. Ugh. That sounds that sounds like 90s Valley Girl slang. Oh, gag the scope out. That was a very bad attempt at a Valley Girl accent. So you do have a lot of experience. Allergic to narcotics and anesthesia. Well, that's going to suck if you have to have major medical procedures. All right, Jude, you've had the same one, waking up while they're pulling it out. I did not. I woke up in a bed and all was well. Good Lord. Oh, so if you have surgery, they do it under local? Or is it like the Civil War? They give you a leather strap to put between your teeth and just someone holds you down and they just go bite down on that and start chopping into you. I hope that's not what happens. I was being really frivolous. I would feel very bad if you'd actually been through something like that. Yes. It's one of those things, and you feel like you're making a wacky joke to someone, and they say, "Yes, that's what happened to me." And I'm like, oh, cool. I don't feel real bad now. Oh shit, Rose! If you wake up with your camera up your ass, gonna leave the mothership. Yeah, I certainly didn't feel any of that. So, dude, you were awake for the start of gallbladder removal, hearing the surgeon saying it was going to be tough to get past existing scars. Good God. So you have to grit your teeth. 2 surgeries. In fact, oh gosh. Holy shit. That sucks. That sucks so much. Holy shit. Oh, man. God, we take a lot for granted. I won't speak for anyone else. I take a lot for granted. I have relatively few problems in life. And yes, every now and then getting a reminder that all sorts of wacky shit can happen. You know, it's a reality check, as it were. Oh, gosh, what are we doing here? I've unlocked free boxes to give away. Ah, okay. That's interesting. I might talk to someone about that. Logging in to the foods. Wowzers. Okay, Jesus. Anyone want a free U-Foods box? I just got an email saying I can give people free U-Foods boxes. Ghost Floof, never apologize. Oh, AZ might no longer be with us, but this is the stream of oversharing. We overshare on the reg, so please don't hold back. Raise. Okay, you've never allowed them put you under. I've had 4 wisdom teeth removed, or 4 major surgeries like that, and never under general. Always serious as fuck off local, that takes hours to recover from. But never had general. I know some people have because they've had such extensive dental surgery. The dentist has gone, yeah, we should just put you under. Oh, that's a philosophy, Jude. Don't need tattoos. You got scars to tell the story. And hi, Noog, by the way. Okay, Ghost Floof, you're tougher than me. Okay, I'm just gonna say you're tougher than me. Even just if it's just a surface level drill, that's maybe okay. But because I've had gum disease and they had to fucking hack away at my gums. I had local for that. For regular fillings, I've had locals. I've had root canal done where there was serious fucking anesthesia for that. Still local, but serious. And yeah, when I've had major extractions, I don't think any of the dentists I went with, I suppose you could negotiate with them. I don't want to have anesthesia. But yeah, I don't think they want you screaming and shit in their surgery. Oh, wowzers. Broken jaw at 12. Phil thinks most people cry much. I'm cringing. I'm not just bang, broken jaw. Fuck. That's serious. Oh, god damn. Oh, well, what was my big one? Getting hit in the head with a discus. Getting that finger smashed by a cricket ball. Rays, you think you have gum disease? If your gums are bloody and swelling, that's gum disease, and that will make your teeth fall out. And that's why I had really. They only did it under local, but they had to do so much fucking gouging and cutting back of diseased gum on me. They did it in multiple sessions because they said, "Yeah, you're probably not going to want us to spend 4 hours hacking away at your mouth. We'll do it in multiple sessions." But they were very surprised at how well I recovered and responded. I think they still expected my teeth to fall out. They're going, "Oh, well, check it out. It worked. Who knew?" Is that a drink? Is that a drink thing if I cringe? Yeah, well, it happens. A dentist. Oh, gosh. Accidentally inject an artery. Fuck me sideways. Yeah, that's why anesthesia can put. I think I had what do you call it? A sebaceous cyst cut out in a doctor's surgery once. And a sebaceous cyst, that's just a pimple with ideas above its station, basically. And it's like a pimple, but it's big and it's really hard. And it will keep growing if you don't do anything about it. Mine wasn't that big when I got it done. And when the doctor in his surgery, this is a GP, put in the anesthesia, he didn't hit an artery, but I think he clearly punctured a capillary or something, because he just sort of flinched and went, "Oh!" I think there was a little spray back at him when he put the needle in. And then he tried to downplay it. I'm like, "What happened?" He's going, nothing. It was like, "Yeah, I think I know what happened." Ray's your biggest injury? Getting stabbed in Yarraville. Well, that's fucking Yarraville for you, man. I did actually live in Yarraville for a year or two. It's all gentrified now. Much less likely. Never impossible. Much less likely you'll be stabbed in Yarraville these days. Oofed, but yes. Yes, stabbings. Jesus. That's, again, on the AIDSy list. Got stabbed when he was in Canberra. So Jude Richards had them. Yeah, lidocaine. It's probably what I had. I had one under general anesthesia. Jesus. That's pretty hardcore for a cyst. It depends on the size and nature of it, I guess. I mean, yeah, mine I got relatively early, so it wasn't that big, and it was no big drama, like one stitch. Seen people live with those for over 20 years. Oof, yeah. Well, I mean, you do get those super fucking nightmarish videos on YouTube and sometime on TV shows where people have ignored a cyst. And there are different types. But, I've seen one guy's got this big lump on his back. It's about that round. It's not huge, but it's about this big. And it's just so fast. And they're like, I don't know, they're like rednecks. She just has got a sharp blade and cuts his skin, which, surprise, surprise, makes him flinch because she slices him. And then he's just squeezing all this gross shit out. I should stop in case this is upsetting someone. But Dr. Abigail knows. She loves Dr. Pimple Popper. Yeah, and of course, you can even look up, just for a hoot, world record size cysts. There are people who've had like cysts that were close to half their body weight removed. So you get a shit show right near the station. Oh, damn. Sunshine Lads. Oh, Jesus. So you don't have memory of the actual attack. Oh, goddamn. Oh, I'm terrible for popping pimples. I won't leave them alone. But yes, I don't have much stomach for the Dr. Pimple Popper stuff. Every now and then I think, right, from macabre fascination, I'm going to watch this. And then I'll start watching and go, no, this is just gross. I'm not watching this. I have seen like a couple of the videos on YouTube with people doing home surgery, basically, which is just like such a fucking bad idea. Such a bad idea. People and their bad ideas, honestly. So yeah, don't do home surgery, kids. I'll just tell a slightly gross one because I have had an ingrown hair. It's like, or whether it was an ingrown hair, it was just an infection at the base of a hair, like a body hair, and it was like swelling up and gross, and I got tweezers, really slowly pulled it out, and it came out by the root, and then pulled out all the grossness as well. Pretty wild. Call that preening, dude. Okay, fine. So, Rays, you remember minimal. Oh, pipe to the head. Jesus Christ. So, I love your philosophy. I had been having a good night. Didn't end that well, though. Noog, home brewing's a lot safer than home surgery. Although I guess home brewing can lead people to think they should do some home surgery. I don't even know what a pilonidal cyst is. Pilonidal? Pilonidal. Oh gosh, butt cheeks. No, I have. No, I haven't. I'm so glad I didn't look that up. I'm so glad you told me. Aaron on Facebook pulled a tooth. Best thing ever did. So painful. Pushing another tooth into your cheek. Couldn't afford dental. Holy shit, dude. Okay, we're now just sharing the hardcore stories. Is it Tom Hanks on Castaway when he smashes out his infected tooth? Which he would have just died, honestly. But Jesus, pulling your own tooth. And again, doing it with rum, that's sailor. That's the sailor way. Out on the high seas, got to do some surgery. Have some of this rum. Yikes. Jesus. Yeah, he does it with the ice skating boot. He definitely would have died. He would have died from the infection. Well, dude, who doesn't own disposable scalpels? Me. I don't. So I love that, Rays. When the Sunshine Boys show up, 50-50. 50-50 survival. Oh, God. Okay, so this is very Melbourne talk for anyone not from Melbourne. This is like the inner west. And certainly, Sunshine's still a shithole. I lived in Sunshine for a couple of years too. I lived the first... God, how many years of my time in Melbourne was all in the inner west? Footscray, Sunshine, Yarraville. Sunshine's a shit. I liked Footscray, although it could be a bit dodgy at the time because this was 20 years ago. And I liked Yarraville. But yes, inner west. Oh, Ghost Floof. Why is thugs and criminals everywhere, and it's just a fucking wasteland. Sunshine fucking sucks. And yes, that is actual facts, dude. Alcohol can make you bleed more. It can also make you care less about it. So Aaron from Cranbourne. So questionable actions can be taken to being reared in Cranbourne. Cranbourne doesn't have a great reputation either. So these are all real things. Jesus. So apparently tonight's wacky story night. Oh dear. And I'm here for it, I have to say. Yes. Oh my God. Rays, spot on. Sunshine sounds so nice. It's a shithole. Broadmeadows also sounds pleasant. It is not. It is not pleasant. Jesus. So goes with in 2006, they proved if you were drunk enough. Oh, drunk enough, you can do anything. And people do stupid shit and die because they're drunk. It's a big disinhibitor. Very much impairs judgment. And it's almost like a self-inflicted, what was I trying to think of? The people who are too stupid to know they're stupid. Two names from the researchers. And I got the wrong thing stuck in my head. And now I was going to say Epstein-Barr. That's actually a disease. Dunning-Kruger. Dunning-Kruger, that's what I was thinking of. The research by these guys, Dunning and Kruger, where they believe they statistically showed the less qualified someone is to understand something, the more confident they tend to be that they know. So it's basically like being too stupid to know you're stupid, the Dunning-Kruger effect. Alcohol's like a self-inflicted and hopefully only temporary Dunning-Kruger effect. There's a reason we have that saying, hold my beer. So, you think that's bad? Hold my beer. Watch this. 95% of people. Okay, I don't actually know what AGT is. And the fridge is singing the song of its people. I don't know if the mic's picking it up, but the compressor on the fridge near me just went off really loudly. All right. I don't think I am going to make any more videos tonight. I'm going to make more cocktails. Oh, thank you. America's Got Talent. Yeah, I have questions about a lot of the people on those talent shows. Every now and then, there are stunningly talented people on them. But they definitely, particularly when they show you the people auditioning, there are definitely, I think in the early days, it was people who were just weirdly overconfident. But ever since one or two of the really bad, like was that guy, William Hung, got some notoriety for being spectacularly bad. Now you definitely get people show up to those things deliberately being super fucking bad because they hope it gets them on TV. People are like obsessed with getting on TV, even if it's for a bad reason. So I'm going to the glary light that's right above me. I'm going to switch that off. Actually, I took my cocktail books out into the other room. I'm just going to bring them in because I'm going to come up with a cocktail to make. Oh, here we go. Oh, excuse me. All right. I have my salt gun handy because there had been a fly around. I haven't seen it for a while, so I don't know, it's gone to sleep somewhere. I guess it's safe. But if I see it, I'm going to hunt the bastard down. Oh, God. I suspect Dr. Abigail's doing some crafty stuff. Spray paint primer sucks. Oh, Raze, that's right. I forgot. He did She Bangs. Yes. Aaron, that is an excellent idea. Cocktails dedicated to Melbourne's shit suburbs. Oh, again, you're on it. The sunshine. Very bright, but like with brutal flavors in it. Yeah. Sergio Cody first audition, stark contrast between one body's limitations and exceptional consummations. I love that as a turn of phrase. I'm not sure what it means. All right, let's discover a cocktail. All right, just at an arbitrary point. I think I made a version of this one, the Harvest Moon. Oh yeah, I made it with a red one, and I called it Blood Moon. It was good. Ghost flip. Lime vodka mixed with Coke and egg moisture for sunshine. Oh God, yes. Yes, okay, I suspected Dr. Abigail doing crafty stuff. Raise your vision of the sunshine. 3 shots of Jack Daniels, 2 shots of Coon, 7 shots of Gangland Murders. Oh, we are slagging off sunshine. This one, apple brandy, sweet vermouth, Benedictine, ginger beer. Man, that actually sounds good. Do I want to open a ginger beer just to put half an ounce of ginger beer in? But apple brandy, sweet vermouth, Benedictine, cherry herring, lemon juice, and ginger beer. Man, that actually sounds good. Hemingway daiquiri, an heirloom, gin and china and lime and strega. A Henry Hudson, Geneva, Chardonnay, lemon juice, simple syrup, Batavia Arak. A honeymoon, apple brandy, orange curacao, Benedictine, and lemon juice. Oof, that actually sounds interesting. It's just like a sour. Ooh, I'll have to try that at some point. She's staying around the Flemington Flats. Yeah. Well, see, you got to pitch them to some of these streaming services now. They're always looking for content. A hot buttered pisco. Hot water, pisco, and vanilla butter. There you go. When they spiced it, what is it? The pisco, orange peel, vanilla bean, black peppercorns, cloves, allspice, star anise, and cinnamon. Haven't done a spiced thing for a while. So, Aaron, Cranburn's cocktail, half a bottle of tequila with side of ice. Oh, yes, not the frozen kind. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Hemingway can only imagine requires you to strain the drink through your beard. Yeah, Hemingway usually means extra strong. He was renowned for drinking the strong alcohol. Someone your mod 4 came on. Thanks for hanging by. Great to have you in here. So what's this raise? How do you pitch 2 police driving into the main car park, having the car flipped on its roof by 50 feet? The Pisco, did the Bajoran prophets screw up again? I like it. Yes, Pisco is Peruvian grape brandy. I have some. It's quite nice. Peru's national drink. And what's the neighboring country? They try to claim it too. No one really believes them, though. Hotel de Alsace. Irish whiskey, Cointreau, and Benedictine. And rosemary. I muddle it. Maybe I could smoke it. Hotel Nacional. Rum, pineapple. Imperial Blueberry Fizz. Cognac, creme yvette, and blueberries, and topped with champagne. There you go. Another fizz. Imperial Silver Corn Fizz. Whiskey, corn water. What the fuck is corn water? It's water with a can of Del Monte fresh cut whole kernel corn. Put in a blender and then strained. Okay, is it just me or does that sound disgusting? Nettie, cheering on the Benedictine. It is, it's a fine beverage. I like it. An improved whiskey cocktail, a Jack Rose. I'm seeing ones I really like the sound. Japanese courage. I have some sake, which I've never used. This uses 6 ounces of it. Sake, Geneva, chartreuse, ginger, and honey syrup. Heat the sake in a bain... Oh, it's a hot one. Heat the sake in a bain-marie. Okay. Jimmy Roosevelt. Cognac, sugar, green chartreuse. Oh, so that's like a little riff on an old-fashioned, basically. That might be not bad. Johnny Apple Collins. Bourbon, apple schnapps, lemon juice, and bitters. Huh. No, I finished my apple liqueur I made. Did I ever make liquid marijuana? No. I remember us talking about them on one of the streams. Never actually made it. You know, I'm also waiting for home use actual marijuana to be legal here. Get some edibles. Another junior. Whiskey, lime juice, Benedictine, and bitters. A Kansai Kick, Japanese whiskey, Madeira, lime juice, and orgeat. Sure, fascinating. Vermouth, Koki, Nonino, brandy. That's comparatively low alcohol. The King Bee, Pisco again. Lemon juice, but they love their Benedictine. It's in so many things. A Kin Khan, gin, syrup, and lemon juice. Kumquat syrup. There you go. Koyo, sake, Dubonnet, China, yellow chartreuse. In an elderflower liqueur rinsed coupe. Lacrimosa, rye, bitter red, and an amaro. That's bitter. That sounds very bitter. La Florida, rum, lime, creme de cacao, and vermouth. You know, I think I'm actually just going to keep it relatively. I'm just going to make an old fashioned. I can't be fucking around anymore. Oh, and I want a cherry. Life's too short to not have a cherry in my drink. Okay, so Rays, two things. The only real martini is gin and vermouth and a little bit of bitters, stirred and then put in a martini glass. The various things put in martini glasses, you use any flavor you like, honestly. An appletini just has an apple liqueur in it. But if you want to make a flavored drink, basically sweeten a martini by putting a fruit flavor in there. And of course, one of my favorite named one is the breakfast martini, because you put jam or marmalade is traditional. You're making up a martini, but you put a spoonful of marmalade in it, so it's like breakfast. The breakfast martini. Just the name of it cracks me up. Calling a really boozy drink a breakfast drink. I'm easily amused. I find that humorous. But yeah, if you wanted to make a drink, so I mean, okay, so we're talking, let's get an appletini. Sour apple martini. So this recommends vodka. Yeah, sour apple liqueur, sugar, lime. Yeah, so it's basically, it's a sweetened martini. You put something fruit flavored in. If that's your jam, do it, I say. It's the sort of drink that got real popular in the 90s. People started putting anything in a martini glass and calling it a whatever martini. And while that is something that can make me, get obnoxious and be a purist and whatnot, it's like, if it's what you like, it's what you like. If it's your jam, go for it. Anyway, we've got to get a skewer for my mushroom. I said mushroom, didn't I? What is wrong with me? Cherry. Oh, wow, really? I'm going to make more smoke. I'm going to do a smoky old-fashioned because it looks cool. I want to show it off. Whiskey. Okay, just going to do Tiny Bear. Why the hell not? Tiny Bear Distillery. 50%. Yeah. Fuck yeah. All right. My spiced apple syrup. And I can't be bothered to fuck around. I'll just do Angostura bitters. Wait, what's this one? Ryeberry. Okay. I need a jigger. What the fuck am I doing? Got to measure it. Don't do that free pour and stuff. I like to be at least vaguely conscious of how much I'm drinking. Okay. Und so. Sorry, so you've only ever had martini, liquid marijuana with cocktails. Yeah, again, if beer's your thing, stick to beer. Never been a beer guy myself. Didn't used to really be a booze person at all. Just sort of fell down a slippery slope of debauchery. Man, this syrup's just about best thing I ever made. Ugh. I might have a freezer martini later. But then again, might not. Don't know how late I'm going to go tonight. Not super late. Okay, let's... Whiskey? I just bumped something and it knocked me out. I bumped my mouse and it knocked me out of the studio. So Dr. Abigail, spray on primer's awesome. Fast, get really consistent layers. Sucks balls that it's toxic and goes everywhere. Okay. I did, and then I came back, hopefully. I guess there are bitters. It was very weird. I literally just bumped my mouse. I have no idea why it had that effect. Very, very strange. Sturmer Old Fashioned. And, oh, fuck me sideways. I'm so fucking clumsy tonight. Oh, wait, I actually put my torch back up on the fridge, didn't I? Didn't I? No, it's here. I've gone stark raving mad. Nearly 2 hours in Officeworks having a stationary splurge. Well, that's something we've all got to do from time to time. All right. My little UFO smoker. My torch. Here we go. And we take it off and it's whoa. Applewood. And my kitchen smells like smoke. Oh. Yes, now the whole kitchen smells like smoke. Ah, yum, that's yummy though. My local distillery about, 45 minutes away. I was just reflecting as a tiny bear. They mostly do gin, but they occasionally release whiskies. And they're nice. I know, at least I didn't break a glass live on stream. I kept feeling like I was going to tonight. I've been so close. I've heard that in here. I always say grows. What's that? I don't know what that is. Say grows. But I like just the little touch that smoke goes. And even though the smoke's not visible, it's the scent of it. Oh, Nettie, you might be right. Do you mean grouse, as in good? Is something I've never said. I'm never going to say grouse. It's just not something I've ever said. Ha! Justin, classy AF. Premix margarita from Costco. Nice. Oh, hand sanitizer and nitrile gloves is not good. Okay. All right. Yes. Well, I mean, I'm saying it now just to say grouse, but it's not something I'm ever going to say spontaneously. So it's just not in my vocabulary. So I'm really just saying it on request here. You say it constantly and get looks of confusion. I'm not actually from Melbourne. I mean, I've been here 20 years, 25. Jesus Christ. How the fuck does time keep moving? I'm just coming up on my 25th anniversary in Melbourne. Shite. It was like January 25 years ago I moved here. Holy shit. Literally, I've never lived anywhere else that long, not even Dubbo where I grew up. I only lived there 18 years. Lived in Sydney 10 years. 25 years in Melbourne. Jesus. Yes, Rays, I guess from a lot. Yes.
Just checking.
Using my smoker. Yes, Mrs. Angry's checking because she could smell burnt. I should have said something, actually. But, you know. So if we need clean hands, wear nitrile gloves. Use isopropyl alcohol, not hand sanitizer. Ah, a learning experience. Now, I guess from most people's perspective, the fact I've been here 25 years would make me a Melbourne person. I mean, I feel like a Melbourne person. But just things like, again, colloquialisms, I think you pick up most of them in your youth. And my youth was not in Melbourne. Not even my 20s were in Melbourne. So, if that strictly say, LA's fine, but ain't home. New York's home, but it's not your no more. Is that a song lyric? That sounds like a song lyric. Okay, I'm drinking this too fast. It's really nice, though. Yum. It's a pretty good whiskey and a pretty good syrup. Makes for a pretty good drink. Wow, 14 years. You've been in Perth 14 years. Good damn. Got to have a visit before you go to Charlotte, North Carolina. Don't know why I remember that. Must be in like TV shows or movies. I just remember Charlotte is, unless I'm wrong, it's North Carolina though, isn't it? It's not South Carolina. Yeah, we'll see, Nettie, again, you go away from a place for a long time, it changes. Again, having been away from Sydney for 25 years, I'm sure it's completely fucking different to when I was there. All right, so Strictly Sega, yeah, okay. It is a song lyric, and yeah, but it's how you feel in WA. I get it. Justin, you're in Canberra for career, but it's not home. Oh, that's right. I said. Neil Diamond. Yes. Nettie's coming up on 25 years out of Sydney too. God damn. There's a thing. Yeah, it's funny, the whole Sydney-Melbourne rivalry thing. When I lived in Sydney, I was very much yeah, Melbourne's a shithole, even though I'd never been there. And then I moved here and it's like, this is actually pretty good. I forgot to give myself a cherry. I deserve a cherry. All good boys deserve cherries. Hello, Megalich. There's its fruit. Thing where you learn your music notes. Every good boy deserves fruit. And a maraschino cherry is a fruit. So that fits. Doo-doo, doo-doo. Now I have that Neil Diamond stuck in my head. And Justin got a 15-year high school reunion. Dang. I don't know if anyone would be wacky enough to come up with a high school reunion for me, but I don't think I'd go. It'd just be all weird old people. Like it would literally, I don't even want to think too much about how much everyone would have aged since I've seen them, and I would have fucking nothing in common with them, like nothing at all. Jesus. Dr. Abigail, your high school doesn't exist. None of the Catholic schools I went to exist anymore. I went to 3 levels of Catholic school: infant school, primary, and secondary up to year 10. None of them exist anymore. I did year 11 and 12 in a state school, which I'm guessing is still there. I've not really looked into it, but I'm guessing it's still there. Oh, gosh. Oh, Megalich thinking that would be my conversation with people I went to school with. Because I was bigoted as fuck when I was growing up in Dubbo, because it's just the fucking environment. Definitely it's just like racist, sexist, homophobic, 100%. And it wasn't like changing wasn't an overnight thing. It was the gradual exposure to people outside of Dubbo, people who have actually had much more interesting lives than anyone I knew from Dubbo, and starting to learn from them. But it was like, you know, as we occasionally bring up, that I dressed up as Hitler for school muck-up day, and the whole thing was Nazi themed. And no one stopped us. No one even expressed much displeasure. And it's like, well, because that's a little redneck country town in the 80s. Yeah, like the New South Wales Premier is getting shit for something that he did 20 years ago when he was 21. And quite honestly, he deserves a lot more shit for that than I do for doing it when I was a teenager 40 years ago. Not quite 40, but close. And in a country town, no one gave a shit. No one gave a shit. And it's like, yeah, my excuse is, as a goddamn idiot, ignorant as fuck, in a town where no one cared. I mean, Dom Perrottet at university 20 years ago in Sydney, he knew what he was doing. And it was just like, it's funny to be offensive. That's the thing white boys do. Oh, Rays, it is super weird when you've been out of school 10 years, 15 years, and you bump into someone and they just want to do that high school bullshit. And it's like, what? Just fucking ridiculous. And you know, some people never outgrow that shit. Well, yes. I think these days, Ray's, the only people who do it are actual fans of Nazi ideology. I certainly, when I was young, and it's what fucking Dom Perrottet was doing, it's like, it's edgy to do stuff that the establishment says you can't do. Yeah, you old squares, you get very upset by this, so I'm going to do it in your face. You know, it's childish and fucking stupid. These days, if you do it because you're a fucking Nazi. You actually like Nazi ideology. Yeah, no, you got that. Yeah, you fucking are. Okay. Nobody does it now who doesn't have a soft spot for fascist ideology. Oh yeah, see that, and that's the whole thing. Also, Nettie, because I didn't really study history, so I didn't really know the horrors of the Nazi regime. And yeah, you know, when you're a teenager, well, 40, 50 years ago, that was millennia ago. Yeah. So yeah, it was it was meaningless to me. It was just, this is a wacky, silly thing. Like, I don't think we were even particularly trying to wind anyone up, because it genuinely did not seem controversial. It just didn't seem controversial. It's like, we're being wacky and wild and crazy and whatnot. But it just did not seem that controversial. And this thing with Dom Perrottet doing it, it was definitely like, yeah, pure lefties who think this, I'm just shocking people. And it's just like, yeah, you know what? You're a fucking tool, mate. Because he is. He's a fucking tool. Oof. Yeah, and someone had found out and was going to embarrass him, so he had to go public himself. Dang. Which was the Hail Mary move. Is that it's like not guaranteed to work, but it's the only thing that possibly could work. Get out in front of it. Looks like it's going to work. But my God, what a fucking munter he is, quite honestly. Well, oh God, Footscray in the 80s, 90s, that's romper stomper territory. I remember occasionally you would see real scary motherfucking skinheads, and they would be in all their regalia just walking down the street like trying to start something. Not common, but you'd see them occasionally, and it's just like, ooh, you're just trying to start something, aren't you? They'd be wearing swastika armbands, and like they wanted someone to say something, and then they were going to kick off. And occasionally it would happen too. But I don't think, as you say, Nettie, I don't think their politics were very deep, but they absolutely did ascribe to the racial politics of the fascists. Which is funny, of course, because those sorts of thugs in the real world who will be courted by actual fascists who are trying to seize power, they also first ones to get a bullet in the back of their head when they outlive their usefulness. Yeah, Footscray is a bit nasty in the 90s. I moved there in the late 90s, and people were going, fucking Footscray, what? But it's progressively got quieter since then. I remember going to the Footscray market, and the dudes were just full-on selling smack in the open. Yeah, it's a big fruit market. I think it's actually still there as a market. But in the 90s, dudes were just openly selling smack. Yeah, you saw some skins kick shit out of the white kid. Yeah, occasionally they'd go out looking for trouble. Yeah, the fucking losers who go around putting their fucking stickers up. Yeah, they occasionally show up. I mean, yeah, because I'm in the really Jewish area of Melbourne, so occasionally they do it around here trying to upset people. I'm sure that people are upset. There's a guy, I don't actually know him, I just interact with him online. Andy Fleming has a website called Slack Bastard. He's spent ages just doing anti-fascist stuff, and he sells some merch on his site, including stickers. One is just this awesome sticker. It's a picture of a cat, and it says on it, someone put some dumb racist stuff here, but I covered it with this sticker of a cat, which is pretty cool, honestly. I like that. Oof. I feel like the heat of the day is catching up with me. I'm sure the aircon is still on. What's the Bureau saying it is outside? Still 30. Fuck me. But it's supposed to go down to 17? Oh, not till bloody 7 in the morning. Jesus. God damn. And the maximum tomorrow is only meant to be 21, which is a big drop. And then Monday, Tuesday, well fucking hot. God damn. God damn. Oh, okay. So O'Sullivan is one of the guys they based Ron Stomper on, and the other knob who it was mostly based on. Yeah. Assholes. Footscray DSS, we serve first body in a body bag, OD in the public toilets. Oh, yeah, there was a bit of that in the day. So Dr. Abigail saying the temp is dropping where you are. I mean, I hope so. It's still 30 here, and their prediction was that it actually doesn't drop below 20 till like 5 or 6 in the morning. Yeah, we got in, it's like mid-30s today, and it's meant to get even higher in the week. I certainly don't know a lot about Slack Bastard Rays. So you ruin the life of a kid who was reformed. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing gets very complicated if someone tries to get out of the scene. Yeah, that's what they're predicting, Dr. Abigail. 37, close to 100 Fahrenheit on Tuesday. I was going to go into the office. I think I'm going to stay at home because the idea of commuting in that heat is just fucked. Oh, my boss isn't going to be in the office, so what the fuck should I do? All right, I'm having a martini. I'm having a martini. Man, it really smells like... Oh, yeah, the aircon is still on because the vent's over here. When I walk over here, I can feel it. It's a little bit of a sweaty boy. All right, if I pour this, I'm probably going to top my martini. That's the ice, not the martini. The martini's here. Oh, yeah, definitely want to top this up. All right. It's always fun to me to re-top my freezer martini because it's a bit like alchemy. Coming up with another brew. Let's do that. Put it over. I think, I had the little one that Kirsten gave me. We did a swap of booze last time. Kirsten was here because I had some that she wanted. And so she swapped me some, which was pretty cool. Let's go. Hey ho. In fact, I might put my orange peel in here too. Come on. Let's go. Put that in there. Very non-traditional martini garnish. All right, but now we're having wars. Oh, God, what is this doing? Come on. War stories. Never forget, group of skinheads tried to jump one of the dandy Samoan cousins without realizing the entire gang was around the corner. Ooh, that's a backfire right there. That is a nasty backfire. You know what you made me think of? Because we were talking about Romper Stomper. And I do like that movie. It's a good cautionary tale. There's a bit right at the end when the cops actually raid the warehouse where the skinheads are. And they're coming in and they're, the biff's going on. And one of the skinheads punches a female cop and runs, and they're running after her, and they eventually get caught up. And that guy, because he's caught by the cops, and he's like, he's saying something, all right, I give up. And the same woman just walks up to him and goes too fucking late and lands just this massive kick right in his nuts. It was like, that's a payoff right there. The way he goes when he's backed into a corner, he goes, all right, I give up. And she just walks up too fucking late and just drops him by kicking him so hard in the balls. And broadly speaking, Nazis aren't the brightest. But I have to admit, some people got angry because Russell Crowe plays the head Nazi in that. And he's very charismatic. And he is actually well-read. And a lot of people were upset that there was this Nazi character who was quite charismatic and whatnot. And it's kind of like, you can't lull yourself into a false sense of security and say, all Nazis, all skinheads are stupid. I think an overwhelming majority are, and they're just being used by someone else for bullshit. But to pretend there aren't people in various far-right groups, whatever you want to call them, but the dangerous, violent, extreme right, to pretend there aren't intelligent people manipulating that is a dangerous thing to lull yourself into believing, because the smart ones are the fucking dangerous ones. Oh, Rays. Yeah, what was funny, before the skinhead movement got super fashy, and that was only in the 80s, and skinheads, suede heads had been around since the 60s, but they were part of rude boy culture, which was Jamaican. It was an offshoot of like Jamaican reggae and then ska, and there's this whole rude boy thing. And then it was like in the 80s, they, starting in the UK, I think, they got sort of taken over by the far right. But yeah, their whole look originally was heavily influenced by black identity movements. So Ray, was his Dane Sweatman was the same way. Had a run-in with him. Smart manipulative. That's the ones. Yeah. They're not just smart, but they're manipulative and ruthless. And yeah, no, they're the dangerous ones. And it's very dangerous to pretend that there aren't smart ones, because they're the ones who manipulate other people. And they manipulate politicians and the media into thinking they're not dangerous as well. And they fucking are. So, nice dirty edge to this martini. I don't think I'll put any more saline in it. We'll see how it goes. Oh, nice, Nug. Your city is regarded as the birthplace of two-tone. Many, many, many fine tunes come out of the two-tone. Was two-tone a movement before it was a record label? Because there was a whole black and white thing with ska was the big crossover from black to white. You had a lot of black ska artists and then white artists, which is kind of like rap and hip hop, a black movement that then a bunch of white people got into. But it was ever thus, blues, jazz, rock and roll is just bastardized blues. Yes, 'twas ever thus, the saying. But yeah, I mean, I like ska. I was never mad. I suppose, again, super mainstream, and I know someone who was a serious ska person would turn their nose up at me saying, madness with ska. But they were. They may have been pop. They may have been. They may have been mainstream, but they were absolutely ska. Saline. Oh, haven't you ever heard of a dirty martini, Jude? Olive brine. So when I say saline, it's actually olive brine. I have a bottle. I don't have olives. I just have a bottle of olive brine for dirtying up my martinis. Mrs. Angry likes the dirty martini. Do you remember True Blue Crew casually announced protecting street from black gangs? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Those guys are so fucking dumb. So stupid. Ugh. But somehow that one bonehead, it just got off with no jail sentence for assaulting security guards. Like, the guy is a straight up promoter of Nazi ideology. Like, I'm not saying he's a Nazi because I don't like him. I mean, he actively and directly and explicitly promotes Nazi ideology, and violently attacked a black security guard. And the judge is going, no, I don't have compelling evidence he did it just because he was black. And it's just like, oof, okay, dude. Yeah. Oh, nice. Noog, your local football team did a two-tone kit. Nice. Nice. I like it. So, yes, there are some fun terms with martinis. The more vermouth that's in it, the wetter you say it is. I have very dry martinis. About roughly 4 or 5 parts gin to 1 part vermouth. Kirsten has them dry. She does like 7 parts gin to 1 part vermouth. Some people will just go 2 to, and so if it's more like 3 to 1 or 2 to 1, that's wet or, dripping wet. So you can have, if you have a really wet martini with a lot of olive brine in it, it's a dripping, wet, filthy, dirty martini, which I always thought was fun. That's okay, Jude. It's not a very meaningful topic, honestly. Heard of dirty? Yeah. Yeah. Dirty just means olive brine. Or sometimes they just mean chuck a bunch of olives in it. I'll take the brine on them. But yes, the more brine you put in, the dirtier it is. So if you had a lot of brine and a lot of vermouth, it's a sopping, wet, filthy, dirty martini. And although it's non-traditional, you can put sweet vermouth in as well. Hardcore martini people will look at you funny. Grace, did you miss it? We did that another stream. The code grey would be a good one. I made one I called the Aidsy Sazerac. Might also call it the Devil's Sazerac. And I managed to get a few Aidsy references in there. Namely, a Sazerac used to be made with cognac, and then for a number of reasons, it changed so it was more commonly made with rye whiskey. And these days it can be either, but some people actually do a split of both. And I said, well, that's Aidsy. Aidsy liked it both ways. So his Sazerac has got to be a split of cognac and whiskey. And also, traditionally, with a Sazerac, you do a rinse of absinthe in your glass. So there's just like a little hint of absinthe when you sip it. But I thought, no, Aidsy, it's got to be stronger and more brutal than that. So first, he did like smoky whiskies. So after making the Sazerac in a glass, I put just a little float of a smoky Scotch whiskey, and then instead of just a spritz, actually did a float of absinthe. I have this bright blue absinthe, and it really worked. I had that because the Sazerac is like a brownish amber, orangey amber color, and I managed to get the float. So this blue float on top was a very strong drink. I thought it was very apt for Aidsy. And Jude, that's a good call. Code Grey, lots of coffee and sugar. Actually, because he liked milk in his coffee, I think the Code Grey would be an espresso martini with extra sweetener and cream in it. Oh, we don't want to go as far as necrotizing fasciitis. Yeah, no, I think the Code Grey would be an espresso martini that has extra sweetener and cream or a cream liqueur in it. That would be a Code Grey. So there you go. There could be two Aidsy cocktails: the Aidsy Sazerac and the Code Grey. Wow, I'm just thinking espresso martini with extra sweetener. Would I do cream? Yeah, probably actually just do cream. I think I've got a cream liqueur in the fridge. But maybe just cream. And just like really shake it. Actually, now I want to look up the Mr. Black site to see their recipe for an espresso martini. Mr. Black, Mr. Black. And Mr. Black, Mr. Black. Not for me, thanks. So they have rum barrel, spirit of coffee, Taking on the world, these guys. Okay, their version, this one, their version of an espresso martini. Mr. Black. Oh, they actually add more espresso or cold brew. So I think AIDS's one would be the Mr. Black, more coffee, bit of vodka, also but cream and something sweeter, some sugar syrup. Oh my God, that would be so fucking decadent. I will probably have to do that. I will probably have to do that. How long would it take to make? Not long. It's just in the shaker, shake it really hard so it gets all foamy, and then put it in a martini glass. Okay, I will have to do that at one point. I'll do a video. Funny you should ask, Dr. Abigail. Your burnt sienna acrylic paint. Sadly, no, I don't. So what was that, Jude? As inflammatory as table sugar can be, it's occurred to me some AIDS's pain might have suffered a bit from... Oh, Jesus Christ. The things that he imbibed that were fucking bad for him, sugar was way down there. And yes, he would actually have freely admitted he used too much sugar. It's like when he was at a cafe and everyone, how many sugars? And he's like 8. And they would just look at him and goes, I said what I said. But yes, he would freely admit he did too much sugar. But seriously, the other shit he put into his body, the danger of sugar is a little bit down the rank, quite honestly. But it wouldn't have helped. It would not have helped. Not at all. All right, so I am going to top up my freezer. Actually, I'm going to finish drinking it first. Rex the round, Rex the round. Oh. So put that over there. Oh, gosh. Okay, so you're feeling it from the decadent holiday system. Bit of inflammation in joints and bones. Yeah, well, I don't know if it was... it's just generally me being out of shape. I've been going to a physio for... I suppose it was about... I think I had like 6 sessions with the physio. 4 on my knees and 2 on my back. Now I've got all these exercises and to get more flexibility. And it's working. The physio said it was working. So he said, oh, just go home. Just keep doing the exercises and whatnot. And if you really think you need to come back in a month or so, do that. So I was like, well, he's not just after my money, which is good. Very good. Right. So I need to get a funnel so I can top up my freezing tea. So I think I'll make 2 different videos. The thing about now I've got the idea of 2 videos in honor of AIDSy. I didn't get the funnel. What was I thinking? I think I'll make 2 videos. One for the Code Grey and one for the Devil's Sazerac. All right, here we go. Take that off. Tight fit, as the actress said to the bishop. Oh, Lawsy. Oh, shit, Ray. Found some places to photograph, but you want it to cool down so you're not worried about snakes. I get that. Yeah, I guess physical therapy, it very much depends on the sort of injury you have. I was just kind of out of shape, and I had some inflammation in my knees, and my back's just not very flexible. And physio helped enormously. But yes, depending on the sort of injury you have, physical therapy can be contraindicated, as they say. All right, where's my Navy strength? Right. Top up my martini. I always do it half regular strength gin and half Navy strength. The Great Ocean Road gin, this one. I have to visit there. They have a distillery you can visit now. I have to visit them at some point. Do a weekend away and go up the Great Ocean Road. Okay, that's all going good. So I'm going to do a little bit of vermouth. And I'm going to put a little bit of coconut water to simulate ice melting in it. Okay. So we do a little vermouth. Okay, that's pretty goddamn dramatic, Jude. Osteoarthritis in the lumbar spine, degenerative discs. Ugh, yeah, I can see why physical therapy might be difficult. So just a little vermouth in there. Little trick I learned recently, using coconut water rather than just water. What does it taste like? Yeah, it's just got a fun sort of rich flavor in there. Put that in. And I think we're done. Ugh, there's a tiny bit left in this sample bottle. Is that going to fit in? Not really. Okay. Maybe I can just drink some gin. Little sip of gin before going to bed. No, Big Leech, we're not talking about AIDSy anymore. So no talk of degenerative dicks. Ugh, okay. Freezer martini. Back in the freezer it goes. Ugh. And I might even have a little taste of that tomorrow night on the stream. Because I'm always kind of keen to see what the new version of the freezer martini tastes like. Because it's either subtly or sometimes dramatically different when I do a top up. Ugh. Am I going to bed soon? Yeah, I'm probably going to do 10 o'clock bed, honestly. Hey, Liam, doing fine. Raise. I mean, it was fun, but I feel like they're just a product of the time now. And there is basically a whole bunch of reasons that it's probably not a good idea for me to do it anymore. And there's not much of a positive. So there is essentially a lot of downside and not much upside for me to do the angry rants anymore. Yeah, I get my creativity happening with my cocktail videos, and every now and then record a video for this channel. But you know, it is what it is. And Nettie, we were talking degenerative dicks because of AIDSy. Dude, funny note. Even though it's Tennessee, he saw a guy in a hoodie sweater and short shorts. He wanted to show off the fact his legs were tattooed from extra. Well, I mean, he went through a lot for those tattoos. He doesn't want to cover them up. And he's going to parade them. God damn it. Finish the night by just having a little bit of chilled gin. Oh, that's quite nice. From the Imbue distillery. Used juniper, apple, and muntries. Muntries are a native Australian fruit. They're Victorian. I think you can visit them. I haven't visited them. I have to visit them at some point. A very sort of mild, clean taste on that gin. My freezer martini was a bit more intense on the taste front. All right. I mean, that's diluted a bit because the ice is melting, but... All right. Yummy, 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 yummy cherries. God, that's yummy. A little bit of decadence because I deserve it. That's what I think anyway, that I've earned it. It's like I like to spoil myself because I like me. So I get treats, basically. And now I'm getting I had something in mind for the first half of that sentence and it just went out the window because I started thinking about something else. The other thing, I did mention it earlier, but I have started doing these little meals. I was talking about them the other night. Youfood, little prepackaged meals, and you can get, they're calorie controlled and all that sort of stuff because I need to lose the weight for a number of reasons. And I got an email saying I can give a free box to a friend. So if you're local, as in Australian, and you want a free box, you should hit me up on the socials, like my Discord. If you're not already on my Discord, I'll actually put the link there. But yes, if you're in Australia and you want a free box of things, Dr. Abigail, I don't know how big it is. What it is they basically, and yeah, Megalitry, I think it would have to be a new user. Basically, they want your email address, and then they'll say to you, "Hey, you qualify for," and they will tell you, I don't know, it might be 6 or 7 meals in it. However many it is, it's free apparently. So yes, if that sounds at all interesting to you, by all means, hit me up and we'll see what we can do. There's the, couple of meals. And, but yeah, I've only, well, have you had them before as well, Dr. Abigail? I know you can always try. Set up another email address. I don't know. These are just thoughts that I have. But yeah, again, they might go your delivery address. But I don't know, if you've had them before but not getting them, maybe they think it's worth giving you some as a potential enticement to get you coming back again. I mean, no pain. Well, okay, yeah, Megalitch, they go off the delivery address, but if you're getting them regularly, they probably won't do it. But you had them in the past. And Dr. Abigail, that's probably it. But, whatever it is, it's a couple of meals. Just throwing it out there. No harm, no foul. But whatever. If anyone is, because I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You can give them an email address and they say you don't qualify. Oh, no biggie. But yeah, if you're interested, hit me up and we'll do it. But also, no worries if you don't want to. No biggie. No biggie at all. So, yes, but I just thought I would throw it out there because the thing. So, Jude, Bob's Insurance has Meals on Wheels type of thing. What qualifies as edible? Clashes severely with your taste. Barbecue chicken shouldn't taste like pepper. Good Lord. There you go. Dr. Abigail moving. There you go. Ooh, there you go. But again, for reals though, I actually suspect if you'd had them before but haven't had them for a while, you'd probably qualify. And what's the worst that could happen? You'd find out you don't qualify. It's like, oh well, so but say Louis. I should say that like a French person. C'est la vie. The French get very upset if you don't say it properly. So it is important when you're talking to a French person and you want to say that's life, you say to them, c'est la vie. And they will thank you for it. They will be, they will just be so gracious if you say that to a French person. They will act incredibly favorably towards you. That's the angry promise about the bloody French. Jude, what's their excuse for pronouncing English badly? They're not very smart. Notoriously, the French, not bright. No great minds ever, and I mean ever, came out of France. Nothing of significance has ever been achieved by a French person. Not once in all of human history. France, notoriously, a desert. An absolute desert of cultural and intellectual achievement. It's a wasteland. And yes, their one saving grace, Dr. Abigail, is that the French are noteworthy in how gracious they are, how foreigners pronounce their language. That's their only good point. That is literally their only good point. Apart from that, they've done nothing. What use are they? None at all. None at all. So, someone should do something about the bloody French. You can tell I don't have any French viewers because I'm just bored and trying to pick a fight. No, I only say that because I can't remember anyone French ever watching me. Oh, that was one of the classic Google. I'm almost sure it doesn't work anymore, but because I don't think Google does it. It used to be a thing if you Googled something that was kind of off, they'd say, "Did you mean blah?" And someone managed to do a thing that was basically Google bombed it. So if you searched French military victories, Google would go, "Did you mean French military defeats?" And would point you to a page. Oh yeah, you just checked. It doesn't work anymore. Lots of things don't work anymore that used to work in yon olden days. And you and Lee just tuned back to hear me say someone should do something about the bloody French. Oh yeah, that's Rowan Atkinson. The devil taking roll call. Very funny. It is very good. The French you hear. I think the other really funny thing that he does is he goes, atheists, are all the atheists here? I bet you feel pretty silly right about now. Again, fucking hilarious. That is very funny. Any atheist who gets upset by that is a fucking knob and not worth your time. But also, the funny thing about the French military victory thing is prior to World War II, the French won virtually every fucking war they were in. Not all of them, but the French had an extremely powerful military and navy for long times, and they won heaps. It just became a strange thing because they capitulated to the Nazis in World War II, that people acted as if France had never been a military power when they assuredly had been. But also, they're French, so, you know, for them. Dr. Abigail, Rowan Atkinson's level of depression is very sad. It's very deep. He's almost like a textbook case of someone who's been a high achiever, like massive overachiever for the vast majority of his adult life, and crippling depression for his whole adult life. So it just goes back to, like, you know, depression isn't I feel sad or things didn't go well for me today. It's your brain fucking with you. I was going to bring up the cheese-eating surrender monkeys. That was Willie on The Simpsons. Cheese-eating surrender monkeys. And yes, when the French opposed the Iraq War, they renamed the French fries in their cafeteria to Freedom Fries because they're goddamn fucking morons. Oh, I hadn't heard that, Jude. I also don't know what the function would be. Stents in the brain. Well, again, the mental health, super complicated. It has physical components, not in everyone. There is, you know, actual trauma is the trigger for a lot of people, but not everyone. We are just complicated and fucked up biological units, basically. Go back to what I was saying last night about intelligent design is bullshit because our design is not very intelligent, semi-intelligent at best. So the fact our fucking brains lie to us, what the fuck is that? What is that our brains tell us wrong information? That's just wild to me. And that's not just in terms of mental health. It's interpretation of physical stimuli. On the reg, our brains interpret things wrong, and your brain tells you stuff, and it's not correct. And what the fuck is that about? What the fuck is that about that our brain tells us things that are wrong? That's not intelligent design. That's fucking ridiculous. And yes, Jude, good point. It is a lot of fun to fake throw a ball to a dog and watch it chase something that you never threw. But that's a fucking dog. I can get it with a dog. Humans delude themselves into thinking they're the pinnacle of evolution. And it's like, I'm sorry, you're a monkey with anxiety. That's what it is. You're a monkey who fucking overthinks things. And again, there are lots of examples of our behavior and actions being dictated by microbes in our body. Scratching an itch, a thing that is usually bad for us, but we can't resist doing it. And it's because some fucking microbe is providing a stimulus that makes us do it because it's to the benefit of that microbe if we do it. And the fucking fact Yeah, I just keep coming back to it. The fact that our brain lies to us. Our brain's just fucking wrong. Tells us things that aren't true. That does my head in that we are subject to that. I love that, Jude. We might be intelligent, but we're inconsistent. Yeah. Well, there's a difference between French fries and chips here, too. I mean, we call crisps chips and fried potato chips. French fries are the skinny ones, chips are the thicker ones. But they're also the crisps. But anyway, look, honestly, 10 o'clock. I wasn't actually expecting to do a stream tonight, but change in circumstance, I did. So I thank you mightily for joining me. It's been great having your company. And as I said, thank you for letting me be on your device. And mayhap I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow's actually planned. Sometimes shit changes and you never know. But tomorrow I've actually planned to do a stream. So we shall see what happens. But I do hope you find folk look after yourself and take care, and hope to see you another time. But I will say bye for now. Bye.